Here I'm going to show a pretty common problem with perspective when people draw simple shapes like cubes. There's something wrong with this cube in a real perspective. You assume that all the sides are parallel and orthogonal. And most people don't realize the problem is simply that this length right here, which we might call A, and this length right here, called B. They might be equal fairly enough in this picture, but when you draw cubes in perspective, even though A equals B in real life, when you draw it on a 2D plane, then A has to actually be less than B. There's a lot of theory that goes with drawing cubes in perspective, where you do two-point perspective from 2 points on the horizon, which you'd call P1 and P2, to have the exact length of those cube pieces. But really, in most common cases, you don't need to go that complex. The most important thing is to just understand that when you draw cubes in perspective, you should just try to make the back end shorter than the front end. So how you should actually draw this cube would be to first draw the front square, and then you can draw lines backwards like this, and they should get closer to each other. And the third one should get even closer. So that these three, if you imagine them extending off to infinity, they would meet at a point instead of diverging as they do in this sense. This cube looks a lot more like it would if you were as a person looking at a cube. So this has to be less than this.